Do you imagine in a history book reading that? He's right here, 2022. Everyone that I see dropped dead.
All right. Well, so I'm recording right now. All right. So here's the first question. I told you just to modify it slightly so it's easier to do. And what you were supposed to do here is something very simple. All right. And I'm well, just don't write anything else. You're not done? Keep on working, ignore me. Okay. So so if you put r equals to 1 here, all right, you will get u's of 1 plus 1 equals to, and this is 4 u's of 1 plus 1. So that's going to be 4 times 2 plus 1. So that's 8 plus 1, which is 9. So that's what u's of 2 comes out to. Now the next one, so I'll go ahead and write here 2 comma 9. Let's go ahead when r equals to 2. And it's going to be, well, it's u's of 2 plus 1 equals u's of 2 plus 1. So that's u's of 3, which equals u's of 2 plus 1, which is just going to be 9. Oh, I forgot the 4. Damn it. So it's 4 u's of 2. So that's 4 times 9 plus 1, which is 36 plus 1, which is 30. And so there we have it. And if you have to figure out the next few, it's just going to be, well, 37 times 4 plus 1. And you get 149. And then the last one would be 149 times 4 plus 1. And so that's 597. And you're done. Do we agree?
Yes.
Very simple. I was that hard?
No. That's like the easiest question.
Okay, so this question is super easy. Number two, I would say, okay, it looks like it's incrementing by 3. So you would just say u's of 1 equals to 1, and then you say u's of r plus 1 equals to u's of r plus 3, and you're done. So nothing to think about there. Very straightforward. Number 3, yes, go ahead. Question? But you saw how I did it, right? Okay, it's okay if you did it wrong for now. Look at the next one. Well, remember, the way I saw this is because it was 1, 4, 7, 10, 13. I noticed everything was increasing by 3. So take 1, add 3. That's 4. Take 4, add 3. And that's what the inductive definition is saying. Now, for the next one, you have x to the third, x to the second, and x. And what you're seeing there is you're seeing that you're dividing by x. X to the third divided by x is x squared. X squared divided by x is x. So the next one, if I had to do the next one would be already 1, because x divided by x is 1. And then 1 divided by x is, well, 1 divided by x. Or you could just write x to the negative 1. Or better yet, this would be x to the 0. This would be x to the first. So all you can see there is you see the power going down by 1, which is easy to define. U's of 1 is x to the third. So u's of r plus 1 must equal u's of r divided by x.
I did it right? Are you kidding me? Wait,
am I wrong?
Are you kidding me?
That's fine. That's fine. That's a good answer.
For the first one, is it okay if I did A1 equals A plus 3?
That's fine. That's fine. If you're using A, you're good. Okay, you got A's of N, you should write. Yeah, A's of N.
That was right. Are you kidding me?
Good. Let's do number 4.
I was doubting myself.
12 factorial divided by A factorial. This should be clear that this is 12 times 11 times 10 times 9. I'm gonna go through the trouble writing it all out because at the same time I'm trying to use this as a teaching tool that I hope you go home and study and prepare.
You guys get that? A exclamation point is already 7,675, right? 11,800.
Do you see that all this canceled?
Yep. So you do 8 exclamation point as if it was like 12, like you do 12 times 11 times 10 times 9, 8 exclamation points, the same way you cancel out the 8 exclamation points. So I watched that on, you know where I learned that from?
Where?
Google.
Because
Because I missed the class that they went over this and I couldn't find the video because I had horrendous signals. I just Googled it. It was like how to solve 12 exclamation point over like 4 exclamation points.
So you went, Alexa, how do I solve 12?
No, I usually ask Alexa how to spell things. I'm like, Alexa, spell smoother.
All right, how about this next one? It'd be 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 divided by 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 times 2 times 1. Dun, 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 dun. So 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 divided by 2 times 1. Well, that's just going to be 9 times 8 times 7 times 3.
Times 3.
What's 6 divided by 2? Yeah, what did I do?
You put 9 times 8 times 7 times 6 times 8. Yeah. It's 5, but the line.
No, it's a 5. The line is making it look like an A.
Same thing. Okay, but either way, shouldn't you cancel out the 6?
Yeah.
So it's 9 times 8 times 7.
Yeah, even better. So now this becomes
I got 252. It has to be on
9 times 4 is 36, and 36 times.
So, where were my answers?
What do you get?
252. But it's 504.
You make it so complicated.
Yeah.
Why did you write 9 times 4 times 7?
Because he divided.
What's 8 divided by 2?
Why do you do that?
Yeah,
That's so
why
stupid.
don't you just tell me
Yeah.
Oh, no, we learned better.
All right.
Just multiply and divide.
We're gonna skip number 6 temporarily,
I got 1 10.
I got no.
and I'll do Pascal after.
Yeah, I wrote bonus to the triangle. Moved on.
I put a heart and a no.
All right, let's get to the first question here, which was challenging. It was not. 7 comma 2 comma negative 3 all the way to negative 3,318, and they want you to find a number of terms. So n equals question. So the first thing you do is you say your first term here is 7, and the common difference is 2 minus 7, which is negative 5. Right?
Yes,
Okay.
I got it after.
So a's of n equals the first term plus n minus 1 times the common difference. So what is the last term? The last term is negative 3,318 equals 7 plus unknown n minus 1 times negative 5. You'll then distribute. Let me subtract the 7 first. That's going to be negative 3,325 equals 5n, negative 5n plus 5. Now I'm going to add the 5, subtract the 5, that's negative 3,330 equals negative 5n. And so n must equal negative 3,330 divided by negative 5. And that should be your answer.
Yeah.
And I purposely made it into the devil's number on purpose.
Why? Really? I saw that. I was like, that's a bad number. Okay,
You do it like that.
How did you do it?
Okay, but you got 6, 6.
Yeah.
Then you got the right answer.
You do 7 minus. You do 7 minus 5, right?
All I do is how did I get minus 7, right?
Because you must have, when you subtract or added, somehow you.
It's so easy.
Oh,
I see where I got it. Way.
Yeah,
And I just
well,
add the 1 and that's it.
yeah, it's, okay, so you divided first by 5 instead of distributing. That's
Yeah.
fine. That works too. That works too. And then you add the 1, you're good. You're good. It's smart. That shows me that you understand.
I'm like, I thought it was great.
I killed an insect right now.
That's murder.
I'm sorry. All right, number 8. So let's take a look at 8 and I'll scroll this up. So far the test has been easy except for Pascal's, and I'll try to do Pascal. I should be done very soon. So number 8 says, hey, we have this series here. Okay. So far, this is the series, and it's going to keep on adding for 30 terms. And it says, okay, find a sum. So we know n is equal to 30 here. We know the first term a's of 1 is a, and we know the common difference is 5a minus a, which is just 4a.
What's the
the common difference. The common difference. So the sum of n must equal to n over 2 times twice a's of 1 plus n minus 1 times the common difference. And so we're going to go ahead and just substitute. We have 30 divided by 2 twice a plus 30 minus 1, which is just 29, but I'll go ahead and write it, times 4a. So we have 15 twice a plus 29 times 4a. And 29 times 4 is 116. So 15 times twice a plus 116a. 15 times 118a. And then we just take 118a and multiply it times 15 and get 1,770a. And that is the sum.
Ow! I high-five your sister and it hurt my hand.
She's like 6 feet tall or more.
I am 6 feet tall.
Before you play volleyball, you whack down.
Brutalize you.
Yeah.
All right. Number 9 says find the number of terms and the sum of each of the following arithmetic series. So now the question is slightly changed. We have 1.4, we have 1.2, we have 1, and it continues all the way to this term here. So we don't know the amount of terms. They want us to find the amount of terms, n question mark. So a's of 1 here is clearly 1.4. The common difference here is 1.2 minus 1.4, which is negative 0.2. Now the last term here, the last term, so I'll just call that a's of n, is negative 131.6. So now if we take the formula for progression, for an arithmetic progression, a's of n equals a's of 1 plus n minus 1 times d. What we'll do is we're going to go ahead and substitute negative 131.6 here, 1.4 here, unknown n is not substituted, and negative 0.2. So we subtract negative 1.4. So sorry, we subtract 1.4 to negative 131.6. That's going to come out to negative 133. Correct?
What? What did you do?
I subtracted
Oh, okay.
1.4. Now I'm going to write this, and I'm going to do this a slightly different way. I'm going to go ahead and divide by negative 0.2 here because I'm showing you that's what you do. I'm copying
Oh, that's
you.
what I did. You want to leave there?
Okay.
No, I'm confused. I don't know what you're doing.
Well, what I did was, and I'm just all right. So negative 0.2 times n minus 1, instead of distributing it, I'm gonna just divide both sides right now, and you're gonna be left with this side is n minus 1, and this side is 665. Sorry.
I got a double number again.
Yes,
Yeah,
I know. So that was the thing. You got 666, and now I know I did it right because I set up that question to get that number again.
Bro, I saw that. I was like, there's no way I got the same number twice. I kept looking on the display wrong.
So you got the devil's number again.
That one I couldn't.
But did you see how I solved it? It doesn't matter. You could have distributed and solved it. Okay.
I got a negative number on the inside.
On the inside?
No, I'm talking about different problems.
All right, so we're almost done. Now we go to the problem, which is not that hard, but it's a system. All right. So we got that the eighth term, we got a's of 8 is 3.5. This is an arithmetic sequence, a progression. And a's of, yes. Oh, we need to do the sum up top? All right, so now you found the sum. And so we're gonna find the sum because now we know. I'll scroll down.
That's what I thought. I was like, wait.
So it's simple. So I'll do it here in red. S of 666 has to be equal to 666 divided by 2 times twice the first number, twice times 1.4, plus, is it okay I write 665
Yes.
times the common difference of negative 0.2? And remember, this is this formula here, right? So that you have a reference. So now you just kind of like put it together. It's gonna be 333 times 2.8 minus whatever 665 times negative 0.2 is, which is negative 133. And then now you essentially have whatever that comes out to. Times 333 comes out to negative 43,356.6.
Yes.
And yeah, I guess that's right.
Oh my God. I'm not stupid.
7.9.
Is that difficult? I hope not.
When the other people come back from break and have to take this test, can I decide to take that test as well?
Yeah, why not? All right, so now let's continue on this one. We got two terms there. We want to figure out the first term and the common difference. So we want to know what a's of 1 is and what the difference is. So how I can just go ahead and write it. A's of n equals n, a's of 1 plus n minus 1 times d. So a's of a is 3.5 equals unknown a's of 1 plus 7d. Does everybody see how I got that?
Sure.
When n equals to 8, you have a's of 8 equals the first term plus 8 minus 1 times unknown d. That's how I got that. Got it? The next one will be a's of 13, which is 5.0, equals unknown first term plus 12d. So now I would go ahead and solve. I'll make a system here. I'm gonna put the one with the bigger d up top because it's just better for me, and then this one on the bottom, and now we subtract. And now we subtract. So that's what I did. I have a system of linear equations there. And so now I'm going to subtract the top equation from the bottom. A minus a's of 1 is gone. That's 0. And 12d minus 7d, that's 5d. And this is 5.0 minus 3.5. That's going to be 2.5, right?
No.
1.5.
1.5. I was like, no,
1.5.
it was 1.5.
Sorry. And now we're just gonna, you don't have to write this, you're just gonna divide by 5. And then 1.5 divided by 5 is 0.3. So now you have your common difference. With this, armed with this, you can go ahead and say a's of 1 plus 12 times 0.3 equals to 5.0. 12 times 0.3 is 3.6 equals 5.0. Subtract both sides by 3.6, you get what? 1.4. And this is your first term, and this is your common difference. And now the last one, number 11, I'll do it next to that number 10, and then I'll go ahead and if I have enough time, I'll do Pascal's. But I don't feel like doing it. Because Pascal is not really that hard. It's just like who cares?
It's so much work when you could do the triangle.
27 plus 23 plus the Pascal's triangle, but you got to learn how to do it. Not really, but all right. So we're gonna add this up. We're gonna add this up, and the sum is gonna equal. So right now we see look at the information you have there. You have a's of 1 is 27. You have your common difference is 23 minus 27, so that's -4. Okay, fair enough. And then now you have the sum. The sum has to equal to -2040. So I'm going to call this the sum of n. And they want us to figure out n. That's what they want us to figure out. So I'm going to begin by substituting into my formula. My formula for S of n is half n twice a's of 1 plus n minus 1 times z. And the nature of this is it's going to be a quadratic, unfortunately. So we have negative 2040 equals n divided by 2 times twice times 27 plus unknown n minus 1 times the common difference here, which is negative 4. So I'm going to begin simplifying this. You see that that you have n divided by 2, you have 54, you have negative 4n plus 4, negative 2040. I'm going to go ahead and write negative 4080 equals n times negative 4n plus 58. That's what I have. Agreed? All right, so far so good. And unfortunately, it's just horrible numbers, right? And is it okay? I just write it already like I'm supposed to write it like this, right? And then you know what? I'm gonna divide everything. Does 58? I don't think 58 divides by 4.
Oh, I didn't. I put the number wrong. I wrote it wrong. I did that, but.
All right, so this is unfortunate because now I gotta go through this whole ordeal. All right, it's not easily factorable. I mean, I think you can factor out a 2 there, but that's not gonna help out that. I mean, it's gonna make it a little bit simpler. Let's go ahead and factor out a 2. I'm just trying to make my life easier. It doesn't matter. I can just proceed with my quadratic formula by here. But I'm gonna go ahead and factor out a negative 2. You know what? I'm gonna factor out a 2. I don't care. My a is negative. So we got 2, negative 9, negative 2n squared plus, well, that's 27. No, there's 29. N plus 2040. All right. And then now I get to divide both sides by 2. I could just write here as negative 2n squared plus 29n, which is just horrible numbers. I can work with this too. All right. I could have worked with this. I could have worked with this one as well. It doesn't matter. I'm just whatever. I'm being. No, you're not. You're not stupid.
No, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Okay, wouldn't it be 54, negative 4, and negative 4? Why is it positive 4? Am I just like not seeing something? Am I like, I don't know.
No, I could have.
Wait, no. I am.
No, you're not stupid.
I think you figured it out.
Okay, so, and C is 2040. It's just, you know, so then you have your quadratic, right? Negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So that's negative 29 plus or minus the square root of 29 squared minus 4 times negative 2 times 2040, all divided by 2 times negative 2. So now we have x equals negative 29 plus or minus the square root. I'm gonna try to solve what's in that radical now. 2040 times negative 2 comes out negative, but then times negative 4. So times 2 times 4, because I know it's gonna come out positive. So I got 16,320. And then I'm gonna go ahead and make that negative, positive actually, plus 29 squared equals 17,161 divided by negative 4. I hope that's correct because I don't want to do this again. I get 131. So it's going to be equal to negative 29 plus or minus 131 divided by negative 4. So x is either going to be negative 29 plus 131 divided by negative 4, or x, and really it's n because we're finding n here, equals negative 29 minus 130. You know it's going to be this one because this one is the one that comes out positive. So you got, I'll just solve both. A 29 negative plus 131 divided by 4 negative is negative 25.5. So you know that one can't be. And then you get the next one, 29. And you guys have the skills to do this. You know, it's just you need to just be careful. So you get negative 160 divided by 4 negative. And obviously, this is the answer. So the amount of terms is 40. The amount of terms.
Doesn't matter if you get the wrong answer wrong. I got negative 25.2.
I got so close.
Well, but you see that, right, is that, you have the skills to do this. You just have to do it. Put your paper up there. Did you check your own paper?
Yes, but do you want me to put like check marks?
Please, make it easy for me.
Right.
We're doing this on the honor system.
Are we doing half? For the pasta?
Just, yeah, whatever, it doesn't matter. All right, so I'll do Pascal next class.
You're really boring.
Look at all these wonderful people, fast, yes.
It's not.